Ah, that hurt. That hurt bad.
Stop trying to attack me.
I'm trying.
Doggies,
I cannot like
do your business.
aggro them more than I'm already from
Yeah,
you.
yeah. No, it's
Festering
okay. It's
zombies.
just
Yeah, they do this
these
kind of
dogs.
poison, sickness, mist thing. That's what gets
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
My poison resistance is probably not very high at this point. So, okay. It's another zombie. Okay. Let me see if anything good is here. Nope. Just junk.
Oh wait, hold on. You want? Oh yeah, you want to pick this up? I take it.
Okay. Can I click on it?
A
Rather?
labyrinthine. You should be able to. I just dropped it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you were just standing there close. I cannot even use it yet. I need my level needs to be 10. Ooh, it's a set item. Labyrinthine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Labyrinthine Warsuit. Ooh, I love set items. I love them in Diablo 2 and in Sacred. It gives. Oh, it does a lot of things. It's 108 armor. And my armor right now is 19, so that's ridiculous. Plus 10 to strength, plus 52 to health, minus 5% strength requirement for all weapons, minus 5 strength requirement for all armor, minus 5 strength requirement for all shields, plus 1 to all skills in warfare mastery. Shit, dude. That is some good stuff. But I need to level up at least 2 extra levels to even use it.
Okay.
But thanks, man.
Yeah, I was just moving there. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. In Sacred, they have a lot of set items. I have some with my character. I cannot figure out Sacred 1 multiplayer though, so.
Because what's to figure out?
Well, the servers are down that they had their own servers, the Escaron.
Yeah, I always thought that was really stupid of anybody to have like, oh, we're gonna have it where you only can go to this one server, and oh, you want to play the game after we're done trying to sell it? Well, tough luck.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem, where it's like, now they're gonna. Well, Nintendo is bleeding money, and they are gonna turn off their the Wi-Fi for the Wii and the DS because they lost so much. They lost $1 billion on the Wii U because nobody wants it.
Yep.
Nobody wants to develop for it. Nobody wants to buy it because the developers, when they want to port a game from the even like PC and the PS4 and the Xbone, it's pretty much all the same. It's just some coding differences, right?
Not all the time. With the Wii and the Wii U, they do not use the same instructions.
That's what I'm saying. The Wii and the Wii U now, because the Wii U has this, the screen, so they have to basically make an entire new game from scratch, And
well,
that was also
you actually for that game, for that console, you don't, because not all games require it to be used. But what I mean is, it requires different instructions in terms of making the game, because like PS4 and Xbox One, they're computers. They're computers now, literally. So it doesn't require as much transfer of coding in terms of like them having to reprogram it. Because that was always the biggest issue is, we can make this game, but we have to reprogram it to make it compatible with your
way
system.
Back, it was way crazier with all the different computers that existed and shit. Mm-hmm. And now it's not as crazy, but because now, consoles were always computers, but there were such hardware and software differences between a PC and a console. Now with the Xbox One and the PS4, there are more computers than ever.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the thing is that with computers, it took like 25 years for them to decide we're going to use x86, coding. That's the one that Intel made up.
Right, right.
Um, yeah, it took them that long to decide that, and it finally took consoles that long to decide, hey, we should probably use a uniform method to construct our machines. But
That's
like
why.
the main reason why it didn't happen was because of proprietary. We wanted to make everything our own, so it could not be doppelganged
Well,
into other systems.
that's why you had back in the day. You had so many different types of. You didn't have just Mac and PC. You had like the Commodore 64, the Amiga, the Atari ST, the old Apple, the ZX Spectrum, and then you had on top all the other consoles still. So that's why you have such huge port differences of the different games being ported. Because they could also
Exactly.
every one of them was very different, and they had also different capabilities. Like the Commodore 64 had better graphical specs than like a ZX Spectrum and shit, and so on.
But yeah, it follows the same mentality of, if you own the platform, you make the most money, and that's what they tried to do. But their
Well,
platform is not the best to sell their stuff on it anymore.
it's
So
like
that's why the Wii U's failing.
it's Nintendo's thing, which they did, and other console and computer developers did that back in the day because they tried to copy that, and some succeeded,
Yeah.
some didn't. Sega did it. Everybody tried it, and everybody tried to get specific first-party titles. And some, like the Commodore 64 and the computers, they were open to have ports of everything. And I remember, well, Rainbow Arts says the famous story of Rainbow Arts asking Nintendo, "Hey, we really like Super Mario Brothers. Can we make the port for Mario Brothers for the C64?" And I don't know why they asked it. They should have known that Nintendo was like, "Nah," because nah, bro, it's all on Nintendo stuff, And then they made Gina Sisters as pretty much their Mario port, but with Gina Sisters. So.
Yeah.
But it is actually a good game in
I
itself.
I like it when you say Gina instead of like Guyana or something like that.
I always remember it as Gina. I know, whatever. Vagina, I don't know.
Because vagina.
Because vagina. Are we done here already?
Yeah, I think we're done with that. That was just a dungeon. That wasn't like I thought that was I too thought that was the place to go forward, but turns out not so much.
Or Gianna or Guyana, whatever. It's a made-up name, so.
Yeah.
Unless the creator specifies a specific way to say it, there's no right way.
But yeah, I prefer Gina myself.
Right. It's just, but anyway, the point is, it's a good game by itself, Like I think,
Yeah.
And it's different enough from Mario to be its own game. Like the first two levels, I'll admit they're very similar, but also the power-ups are a little different. Like, there's the ball, which is like the mushroom, and then you take it and she doesn't, the character, the sister, so to speak, I don't know what's her name, but she doesn't grow taller. She just gets like spiky hair. She kind of goes Super Saiyan. And
Super Punk Saiyan.
Super Punk Saiyan, yeah. And she like the fireball that you can gain. It bounces off the walls and up and down, so it works differently. So there is differences to it, and it's actually a very good game. It's just it was sued because there's like the Goombas. They have like little owl monsters that look almost identical. They look like Goombas with little ears and shit like that. When they did, yep.
I think the only reason why they even bothered to do a lawsuit was because they contacted them previously. So they had like, oh, this was our lead-in to say we can sue you because we knew you were trying to do this to begin with.
Yep.
Because and then when we saw enough similarities, yeah, we're calling you on your shit.
Yep. So Nintendo was in their rights on one hand, but on the other hand, the funny thing was the game was only officially sold for 2 weeks. After that, because of the lawsuit, they had to take off, and it sold really well, you know, because it was really in the advertisement. They said they had the two Giano sisters as like, they were like punks, right?